All right, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Also go ahead and subscribe for weekly videos. I try to post every Saturday. So a while back, I did a video on the Evo 10. I mentioned the 5 things that I hate about the Evo 10. I'll go ahead and link that video in this one somewhere here. So today I'm gonna mention the 5 things that I love or like about the Evo 10. So like before, I'm giving you these in no particular order, but the number one or the first thing that I like about the Evo 10 or love about the Evo 10 is the aftermarket support. Now, when I first started working on cars originally, I started off modifying Mark III Supras. Still really like that car, still one of my favorite cars of all time. But aftermarket support for that car just wasn't the best, given the platform, how old it is. Everyone likes the Mark IV Supra a lot more. Now, the Evo 10 has a lot of aftermarket support. So if you're into modifying cars and you're looking into getting an Evo 10, it won't be difficult to dive into the modification of the Evo 10. They make exterior, interior, performance, suspension, wheels, everything you can think of, they make probably for the Evo 10. Now, as you modify the car, it will 100% get pricey. I will mention that, but the aftermarket support is there. And if you're a car enthusiast like myself, you know aftermarket support is really big, especially if you don't have access to things like a welder and you're not a top-notch fabricator or anything like that. You're gonna rely on people to make those parts for you. And there are a number of companies that make products for the Evo 10, which is great. The second thing that I like about the Evo 10, number 2, a lot of people may hate me for this, but I actually really like the 4B11. Not to say that the 4G63 isn't great, but I really do like the 4B11. It takes well to modifications. It produces a nice amount of horsepower in stock form, but it has the potential to reach those high horsepower numbers as the Evos before it. Being able to make high horsepower numbers on the stock block is a big deal to me. I guess that's subjective as far as what high horsepower numbers are, but for me, being able to make 600 horsepower on the stock block is a big deal. It's a key, or it's a high selling point for me when it comes to being interested in this car or in any car in general. So if you've been following the channel, you know I have an STI as well. Stock form, it's a fun car. I don't have many modifications to the car, but one thing I do know is that when it comes to producing high horsepower numbers, it takes a lot more money to do it in the STI as opposed to the Evo 10. Okay, number 3, the third thing that I like about love, I don't know, whatever. I really love the fact that it comes with factory Recaro seats. The side bolsters are actually really nice. They hold you in place. Obviously, you can buy an aftermarket set of seats. Because they are the stock seats for what they are, I think they do a really good job as far as holding you when you are aggressively driving through the corners, through the twisties, I guess, yeah. And I'm not a really big guy, so they fit me nice. I know that some of the bigger guys, I know it's a bit uncomfortable or can be uncomfortable, but for me they fit really well, and I actually really like the factory seats. Now, I have considered swapping those factory Recaros out for some other ones, but it would strictly be for scene points, not for anything else, because honestly, as they are, they're fine for me. They're fine for what I do for my daily driving and my style of driving. They suit me just fine. Now, number 4, the fourth thing that I love about the Evo 10, it's the fact that after it has been modified, it is still a very comfortable car to drive on long distances. Not a crazy amount of power, but a little over 400 horsepower. I live in Arizona. I've taken it to California multiple times, taken it to Vegas multiple times, so 4+ hour trips, and it's actually not that bad as far as being comfortable. It's a smooth car. Now, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I haven't driven a luxury vehicle for an extended amount of time, so I don't have much to compare it to other than other, you know, sporty style cars, even like just regular family sedans. It feels planted on the roads. It's just heavy enough to where you don't feel like you're being pushed from side to side during like high winds and stuff like that. It feels planted. It feels good. The steering feels responsive. The turning radius still sucks, but aside from that, it feels like a good solid car to take long distances without a problem. I would 100% take this car from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast with no issues. Now, the 5th thing that I actually love about the Evo 10 is how easy it is to work on. Now, when I say that, I mean that Mitsubishi didn't overcomplicate some of the things on the car to where it's impossible for just regular average Joe people to work on it. Now, don't get me wrong, some things do suck when you have to work on it. For example, like the turbo setup, that sucks. It sucks to do it, but it's something that you can do on your own at home without the need of a number of special tools. I know that a lot of car manufacturers are switching to that kind of setup to where it requires a bunch of special tools to be able to work on your own car, and the Evo 10 doesn't suffer from that, and I am grateful for that, because just about everything that I've done on the car, I've done at home. So with that being said, don't be afraid to work on your own Evo 10. Just do your research, watch videos on YouTube, read forums on Facebook, stuff like that. So that way you get more familiar with working on just cars in general. That way you can apply that knowledge that you've taken or that you've gained to working on your own Evo 10. Now those are just 5 things that I like about the Evo 10. There are probably a number of others that I can't think of right now, but those were the first 5 off the top of my head. So I actually just did the clutch in this. The clutch is fully broken in. I put, as you can see, 610 miles on it in like less than a week. This was like in a matter of days. But I have yet to do my master cylinder. So I actually still need to do that. I should probably be doing that today, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel like it. So I'll save that for maybe later this week. I'll probably do that. So I'll get that knocked out. And then I will also be scheduling my tune so that way I can get tuned for E. I have an idea of what I will probably make given my mods and the turbo I'm running. So the gas stations that are close to me, they don't have true E85. I think they have 54 or something like that. So I'll be getting tuned for that. But yeah, if you have watched, if you've been following my videos, if you've subscribed to the channel, take a guess on how much power you think I will be making after I get tuned for E, and put that number in the comments. And if you get it right, I'll cash app you $5. So subscribe if you haven't already for those 2 upcoming videos that I have coming. I'll be doing both of those here soon. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.